What you got for us, big man?
3 Massachusetts men are indicted for an armed robbery of cash from a courier transporting $430,000 for marijuana companies, you guys. That's right. 3 Bay State men have been federally indicted for the alleged armed robbery of a cash courier who was transporting more than $430,000 for marijuana companies. The men, Stephen Madison, 38, of Bridgewater, Christopher White, 37, of Raham, and Quentin McDonald, 25, of Brocktown, are accused of robbing the courier at gunpoint in Swansea earlier this year. They allegedly tied up and pepper sprayed the courier and then burned the stolen getaway vehicle, according to the federal charging documents. 2 men on February 19th were seen on video stealing a rental van from a U-Haul location in Abington. And then later in the day, an armed courier who worked for a company that provides cash transportation services for licensed cannabis companies arrived at a bank in Swansea carrying about $436,200 in cash for deposits, you guys. The U-Haul van allegedly pulled up alongside the courier, and a masked man wearing a camouflage vest got out of the van. He then allegedly pointed a firearm at the courier before zip-tying the courier's hands behind his back. Then a second masked man allegedly got out of the U-Haul van and quickly loaded the cash into the vehicle. After trying to disarm the courier, the 2 men allegedly forced the courier into the back seat of his own car, pepper sprayed him, and closed the door. Surveillance footage showed that the courier managed to remove one hand from the zip tie restraints while inside his vehicle, draw his firearm, and fire 4 rounds in the direction of the U-Haul van as it fled the scene before calling 911. After leaving the bank, the men allegedly drove the van to a nearby location in Swansea, where they met with a third man driving the SUV. The men then allegedly transferred the stolen cash into the getaway SUV, burned the U-Haul van, and fled. Madison, White, and McDonald were identified as the suspects in both the robbery and the arson, and during a search of Madison's residence in Bridgewater, an estimated $5,000 plus in cash was found throughout the house, as well as a Rolex watch appraised at $47,000. A sweatshirt similar to that worn by one of the robbers, a firearm, ammunition, and cocaine were found. Following a search of White's residence in Raham, police recovered zip ties, a black mask similar to that worn by them by the robbers, a firearm, ammunition, and cocaine as well. And the men were each indicted on one count of robbery interfering with interstate commerce, commonly referred to as Hobbs Act robbery, one count of conspiracy to commit Hobbs Act robbery, and one count of arson and property used in or affecting interstate commerce, and one count of conspiracy. Madison and White were also indicted for brandishing a firearm in the commission of a crime of violence, and one count for being a felon in possession of a firearm, and a count of possession with intent to distribute cocaine. Just for the icing on the top.
All right, masks, zip ties, cocaine. Are they going to BizCon?
Oh boy! Oh man,
This sounds like a conspiracy. I'm sorry. Leave it to me.
Sounds like they're going to the Capitol.
On January 6th?
Whoa! No, they were not doing that.
They're partying with Hunter Biden, you know. But I think, I want to know who the guys in the courier truck were, because you somehow slipped your arm out of a zip tie last second to fire at your friends as they're speeding away with the cash you're about to get a cut of.
I don't know. I feel like this is a total inside job. I feel like.
Yeah.
Usually
I feel like this is an inside job.
Well, it's definitely an inside job.
And
absolutely. You think?
Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't remember what movie it was, but he's like, when the courier is like setting the dude up to rob him, he's like, you should punch me in the eye so it looks more legit. You know what I mean? Da 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 da. I feel like that's what that was all about.
Literally, you pepper sprayed him. Why didn't you shoot him? If you're willing to burn shit down and steal a fucking $500,000, I'm pretty sure you'll probably shoot somebody, and you already possessed a gun. So why just use the pepper spray when you're in an enclosed space and it's going to get on you too? But also, this doesn't make sense because we know that banking regulations require that the money be deposited in the Federal Reserve, and then there is a check taken to those bank accounts because banks will not take in direct cash from cannabis companies. So if they were taking this to a Federal Reserve somewhere to make that deposit in the proper place, there would have been guys with bigger guns than these three yahoos with their can of bear mace.
This is a total inside job, I feel like.
100% it is.
Maybe they let them do it in Massachusetts. It's different out there.
Shout out to the C Word with a big old super chat. He says the THC geniuses at Ridgeline and Arcade of Fire personally ensured that I would not be up by 9. Come celebrate SF Hash Week. So make sure you go and check out SF Hash Week if you can.
Yeah. Check that out. Check it out. Yeah, I gotta agree with you, Jenny Beth. This sounds a whole lot like an inside job, but what do I know? Just speculating.
Can I get the names of the armored truck driver? Is he single? Is he listening?
But hold on, it sounds like this guy blew his whole load on a Rolex watch and only had $5,000 in cash left.
Good, then he's a sugar daddy. They don't need no sugar. He had $500,000 in cash. No,
when you break that up, there's let's just say they got just under $500,000 in cash. You got 4 people. It already sounds like involved. I'm pretty sure there's at least 1 or 2 more. So let's just assume everyone got $100,000.
Then I'll keep it safe for him while he is in the federal depository for people like himself. Promise, it'll all be there.
What is sport, Jenny?
MacGyver, the armored truck driver, Angus MacGyver, got out. Slipped out of these zip ties and just being a true American hero. Yeah.
I keep on getting the movie playing back in my head from the scene from Reservoir Dogs not Reservoir Dogs, from Usual Suspects.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, motherfucker. Exactly. And also too, when he has the stocking over his face doing the same thing.
All right.
Well. Was that Benicio del Toro?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when he's throwing him in the armored truck.
Jason?
Yeah. There we go.
This sounds more like that. What was the family meet the whatevers? They were traveling around in the busted RV, pretending they were a family of 4 and robbing banks.
I don't know. I haven't seen that one.
We're on that level. I'll get it to you.